Tariffs are driving investors to Pokemon and Mickey Mantle as trading cards gain credibility as domestic assets. So basically, the TLDR is there's a huge rise in trading card collecting, and they're also kind of like blaming it a little bit on tariffs because it's a way of like having money and like investments, and I just find it a bit wild and also very true because card collecting is on the rise, which is so funny because like what 20 years ago everyone was like, oh, you nerd, you're such a nerd for collecting cards, blah, blah, blah. And now look, everyone goes gaga.
Look at that Charizard card.
Yeah.
First
I
edition.
was in Japan and they had like a Pokemon store. The line was so long to buy certain packs that were limited X amount per person because that's how insane it is now. And I'm just like, more nerds, more card collectors.
We talked about this before the show a little bit. Even like the One Piece cards. I mean, that's fairly new. And some of those rare cards are like going for thousands. I saw a Blackbeard card that was like $1,000.
It is crazy. I actually just made like a TCG video of my Harry Potter Wizards of the Coast collection, and it's over 40 minutes long. So yeah, there's a lot of cards in the world. I love it. The only problem is that like more people being aware of it, so the prices keep going up. And I'm like, I'm trying to buy these cards for like the last 20 years, and you guys are staring them off from me. So yeah, there's a win-lose situation.
It could also be a bubble that pops because comics during the coof, those prices were going sky high, and then that bubble popped too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you never know. But like a lot of these cards are, well, actually, it's the same thing because a lot of these cards are retired. I was gonna say, so maybe their value's going up, but a lot of comics are retired too, right? So.
Yep.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
But
maybe
I do think
on the IP.
I do think some will always have value, like that Charizard. I mean, that's the big one, right? The first edition. That's always going to have some kind of value to it because it's so rare and desired.
Hypothetically, those trading cards, I mean, it's mainly talking about physical goods, right? So in theory, if you have these trading cards that are going up in value, so would things like that. All these games, they would go up in value as well based off
some of them do, right?
The physical aspect. But I mean, if these cards are seeing a spike, so would physical games, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I also think that like keeping and collecting cards is a lot easier, right? You can just keep them in a binder. They don't take up a whole lot of space, whereas video games and other things do take up quite a bit of space, like a shelf or whatever. So yeah, there is that aspect to it, but hopefully physical stuff will be preserved.